Hey everyone, have I here bring a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, it is time for another edition of Best Teams on Global. This is the April 2024 edition, and yes, this will be abbreviated. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. And why is this going to be abbreviated? Well, because we're basically a few days away from Golden Week, which would probably change a lot of these, and it doesn't make sense for me to build out these teams right now just to be totally different in just a few days. But I have to do the April version, just gonna keep up with the monthly drop. But you know, in May we're gonna see then the best teams with the Golden Week units on there, so just kind of keep that in mind. And before we start with anything here, the term best teams is my opinion and is purely subjective. There's no official tier list or best teams ranking from Akatsuki or Bandai. And how I rank my units, mostly with leader skills, damage, defense, special skills, flex, bench strength, game mode effectiveness, overall gameplay. You can see how I design my teams with the main rotations. You got the 2 floaters and a support unit. You don't have to run a support unit if you don't want to run a support unit. So let's go ahead and look into game mode effectiveness. We're still looking at Dismal Future Edition with the Murzumasu as the ultimate red zone, the hardest person on global right now. Then you have Omega Shenron, and then everything else. Of course, I still look at Super Battle Roads. I look at other events here, and I think it's still important to not only focus on end game, but if you're a brand new player or a mid-tier player, what's the best team for you? So last month, let's talk about last month here. It was difficult for me to move certain teams above like the top 5, being that it's been cemented in that spot for quite some time, and there really hasn't been a unit that jumped out that was going to overtake the #1 spot. A lot of people said it would be the Big Bang Vegeta, right? So he's amazing, he's the best TUR. However, his team overall isn't his top tier right now. At the 9-year anniversary, that will change, of course, and I expect for that team to be moving up the ladder there. But when it comes to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 could be, 5 and 6, I was thinking, maybe move and switch them. It can be interchangeable, right? So I think it's important for everyone to know that when I'm doing these here, it's very difficult because only small things can change that could jump one team versus another team. So with that, when I was kind of building this out, I was like, okay, what do I do? Right? Because really this team here is the new movie Heroes team, but it also has Final Trump card as well. And that's 2 really strong categories, right? So I'm like, okay, do I move them over here? Do I keep them in top 5? What do I do here? Very confusing there. Interesting thing about Universe 6, having the STR Kaba and the STR Hit being usable, right? Even though they only support Extreme STR and Super STR, they are just making the Universe 6 team a lot better. And a lot of people only realize this team has gotten a lot better as well, with a multitude of different things. I'll talk about these, but I'm not going to go through each slide. So if you do want to look at the teams prior to all this, go ahead and check that out. Because what I'm doing, again, is an abbreviated version, right? So here's the thing. I don't foresee any teams jumping the top 4 teams here. And I'll explain why. And a lot of people go, no way, how do you have, LR Super Spirit Bomb GT is still #1? Well, I explain because it's, if you were to start the game right now, right, which leader would you want to then build around that's going to help you complete a lot of events, right? Not only Super Battle Roads, but hard events, things of that nature, and how easy it is to fill the bench, things of that nature. And I would really say these 4 are the top tier. And then of course you get into mid game, right? If you have some good units, the bench strength is going to be very important. And then finally end game, can they do all the end game? And all 4 of these teams can absolutely beat the end game. Now I think the first 3, however, has a special advantage, and that is LR Bulma, right? LR Bulma on global is still one of these OP units that can support if you're able to run her at least 150% or above, which of course LR Vegeta Blue can run her at 150% or above, but then all these other 3 teams can run her at 170 or above, and that makes her just extremely valuable. So I would say the top teams in global right now are those 3 teams. Those are interchangeable: Future Saga, or Earthbred Fighters, Future Saga, and then Power of Wishes. And again, remember, when I do merge teams together, they do get some advantage, being that they do have other leaders that you can run. But ultimately, when I'm looking at these teams here, it's the viability from beginning to end, how good they are. So with LR Bulma, it's an added advantage where other teams don't have that additional boost when you're running the Bulma. Now, you can argue having 2 Orange Piccolos on the team is a cheat code for global, and I said that a long time ago, but I still think its team in of itself has less diversification and less bench strength as the other 3. But again, everything's opinionated on there. But this is the reason why these 4 teams are going to stay the top 4 teams and not move up and change. So I was mentioning, hey, you know what, I want to at least make an honorable mention because we haven't talked about this team in a very, very long time. It's not a top 10, so I'm not going to put them in the top 10. It was just there because I wanted to at least make an honorable mention, and that is the Path to Power DB Saga Youth and Exploding Rage team with this Goku here. So this kid Goku, this is a strong team. Again, this has the Bulma effect, right, which really buffs everybody on the team. And the bench isn't really good though, right? If that bench was better, I think it might squeak in. But for sure, top 20, top 15, maybe around there, is this team here. It's a very fun team, and I think, again, it deserves at least an honorable mention because we haven't talked about that in a while. So all the other teams here, really the only team that I didn't have in the previous one was the Super Saiyan 3, the new Super Saiyan 3 Goku, right? So when you're running this team here, Movie Heroes and Final Trump Card, you know, where do I put them, right? Where do I put them and slot them on the spot? Because yes, it can run LRVB, it can run 170%, it can run 170% Spirit Bomb GT, it can run the new Super Saiyans. They alone are a really good unit. You can run the EZA Gotenks on here, and you can switch it up. You can even run a Piccolo rotation, right? If you want to put the Goku off rotation and have a team that looks something like this. So this is all Movie Heroes, and we know how strong Movie Heroes is. Movie Heroes prior to all this, right? When you look at previous months here, you're looking at Movie Heroes as the number 9 spot already. So adding the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Final Trump Card to the category, it's gonna shoot it up. So I was like, okay, where do I put these on here? So I ended up, here's where I ended up, and the decision making on this was very, very difficult. Again, I think this will change, I think, dramatically after Golden Week, maybe dramatically, but of course it's going to dramatically change during the 9-year anniversary. So pre-Golden Week, right, basically days before Golden Week, I think these are the top 10 teams on global. Coming in like the number 10 spot, I think a little bit interchangeable. Both have their flaws and both have their strengths, is the Universe 6 team and then the LR Goku, right, the full power team there. So those two, they're there. I couldn't decide on the number 10, so I just put them there. I think number 9 is still going to be in the bottom Master Disciple here, with the father and son Gohan and Piccolo, and then kind of dropping a little bit. That's just based off of because of the Super Saiyan 3 unit there. Is the Merge Zamasu, right? The Merge Zamasu team did get an upgrade with Hirudegarn. You can run Hirudegarn on the team, so he actually even got better. Can it jump Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans? I just don't think so. You could make an argument for it, but so I said, you know, with the number 5 spot, I couldn't make a decision, so I'm just going, they're all number 5 right now. 5A, 5B, and 5C with the Movie Heroes Final Trump Card, with Vegeta with Super Saiyans and Vegeta's family, and then Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans. Both of them, or all 3 of them, have huge benefits, have also some minuses as well. So I think I couldn't have any of those teams jump the top 4 as before mentioned, right? The number 5 teams, all 3 number 5 teams, where I put it on here, none of them can run Bulma, so that Bulma just adds the advantage on all those there. But man, and having the 2 Orange Piccolos, right? So Will they get jumped after Golden Week? Maybe. Very depends on what we're going to see here in the Majin Buu Saga, right? So I'm guessing someone's going to be a Majin Buu Saga 200% lead, but maybe also Super Saiyan 3 200% lead as well. So I'm looking forward to Golden Week. And again, you know, if you look at the upgrades for, let me see if I even did some upgrades here. I don't think I even did some upgrades for the number 1 or number 2 team on here, but like Earthbred Fighters, you're like, okay, you can add these two in here, making them again very, very strong here. So I didn't like rebuild these slides yet because they're all gonna change, right? They're all gonna change, and that's the reason why I ended up just doing this abbreviated version for now, right? For now, because you know, look, making these rankings are very difficult, but I think I'll have a clear-cut thought process when it comes to Golden Week. But here's where my number 10, agree, disagree, let me know. Am I copping out by having 3 number 5s and 3 number 1s? Probably. That's fine. It's my list. I'll be at the normal ranking in May, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the best 10 teams is after Golden Week leading into the 9-year anniversary. So with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video here. Again, abbreviated, short here. If you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.